All right, what's up, new traders interested in Forex and already subscribed subscribers? We're going to look at Biaheza once again. He's done another video here that I noticed on Forex. He did Forex for the first week here, so we're going to actually react on his very first Forex video, see how he did in that first week trading Forex, and we'll see if we can give him a little bit of tips and tricks. And if you are going to be new to Forex, hopefully this video can kind of help you understand from a professional full-time trader's perspective.
The only thing I know about Forex day trading is that there's a lot of scammers on Instagram who throw around this term while flexing Lambos and then say that you can get a Lambo lifestyle just like them.
It's pretty much exactly what I do, by the way, guys.
All you gotta do is join their live webinar and buy their Forex day trading mentorship. So in this video, I want to set out to find out, first of all, what Forex day trading even means. Is it a real thing? Is it just a topic that people sell fake courses on? And I'm even gonna dive headfirst, open a trading account, and try this whole concept out for myself.
Yeah, so just in case you guys don't know, it is possible. It's just incredibly difficult to do. And if you want to watch my actual trading there, I just started a new series, flipping a $100,000 account. You can see the actual trades, and I follow through. I'm going to post a new video on Tuesday for the next week. We've done incredibly well so far.
So before starting this video, I really did not know anything about Forex trading. So I searched the term up on YouTube, clicked on a video. It was a guy talking while sitting in a Rolls Royce. Okay, I clicked on another one. It was a guy with a very smooth voice.
As you can see, the shark is out of the water.
Oh my god, I've had some beef with both of these guys already.
Wearing a bathrobe the whole entire video. Then I clicked on another video. This one was a guy walking through his mansion the entire video. So right off the bat, I was really starting to question the legitimacy of this business. But then finally, I found a guy with a British accent.
Of the foreign exchange market.
From the 10 minutes of extensive research I've done so far.
It was so funny as he actually showed a video of someone who doesn't even trade Forex. That guy's a stock trader.
I can tell you that Forex is a global decentralized market on which you can trade currencies like the US dollar, the euro, Japanese yen, pretty much any currency out there. And it's kind of tricky since the way it works is in pairs, so you're not just investing into Indian rupees, for example. The man with the British accent gave out a good general rule of thumb where he said when you look at a Forex graph, let's say we use the dollar versus Indian rupees pair as an example, the currency that comes first up on the top here is the one you believe is going to go up, and correspondingly the other one you believe will lose value. So if I were to buy into this pair, I would be saying that I believe the US dollar will increase in value against the Indian rupee. And if I did that at this,
so something I just want to make note of, that some currencies actually have way higher value than other currencies. So the US dollar, very, very powerful. The euro, very powerful. The pound, very powerful. So when those ones move, it really moves the market way more. So you're going to see maybe the US dollar pairs all kind of go in a similar pattern, whereas the weaker pairs, they don't really have a whole lot of power. Like, let's say the Swissy isn't as powerful, so a lot of the Swissy pairs are going to be not as similar as the US dollar pairs would be similar to themselves. They're more correlated.
This point right here, bought in, some time passed, and then I didn't feel like this is the case anymore. I'm selling it here. I would then be making a profit. Now this market is open 24-hour days, I believe, from Sunday to Friday, and just about anything can cause the value of a currency to move. We're talking interest rates, unemployment rates, political events, inflation, public debt, all kinds of fun stuff. But there's people out there who say there are patterns and indicators in the actual graphs themselves that they can use to predict where the price of certain currencies can go, and supposedly these strategies are making these people a whole lot of money.
Briefly, to basically say how I trade, I don't actually use indicators at all. We only use the price action, and I'm essentially trading based off of human psychology. So I'm looking for specific patterns that tell me that other people are losing money and they're in fear situation, and then after they give up, to put it very, very simply, then I'm going to be jumping into positions. So I'm really analyzing the human psyche instead of and putting that into a pattern that I can see physically on the chart, and then we're taking probability and saying, okay, 70% of the time when I see something like this, I'm going to make money if I react this way.
So that kind of makes sense for me. I still haven't fully grasped my head around it, but I can't really give you guys a better explanation just yet, because again, I've only watched a 10-minute video on this topic. That is the whole premise of this video. I'm trying to get into this as a complete beginner from complete scratch, no prior experience. But my plan here is going to be to do a ton of research at the beginning of the week. I'm going to look into, first of all, how can I make money with this? Is it even possible? Is it a real thing? But I'm also interested in different known Instagram Forex scams out there. I'm going to reach out to people, just consume as much knowledge as possible about this whole mysterious world of Forex day trading. And once I get a little research under my belt, I want to go ahead and then dive into the live market with $1,000 and see how that plays out. Will I lose all of it, or will I be posted up in a Rolls Royce Phantom at the end of this week with a Patek Philippe straight dripping off my wrist? I don't know. So after consuming a whole lot of Forex YouTube content during my free time for a couple of days, I was kind of starting to get a surface level understanding of how this all works. And at that point, I proceeded to dive even deeper into this by reaching out to one of the individuals whose videos I came across during my search for knowledge. This was a Forex YouTuber named Justin. I'm not affiliated with him in any shape or form. I just saw that in his videos, he was focusing more on describing strategy rather than just selling a lifestyle. So I reached out to him. He was willing to hop on a quick call.
So just for anyone new here, that's essentially what you want to look for is people who you see flashy generally are trying to sell more of their courses and things like this. Anyone who's really bragging about stuff. Obviously, you know, I have a car that is in some of my videos, but I'm not trying to showboat it and whatnot. They really want to look at people who are really focused at teaching the reasons why things happen, rather than just saying, here's a strategy that's going to make you money. Those guys, they're all bullshit, I think.
Call and share some of the tips and overall things he's learned during his last 5 years of trading the Forex market. Hey, what's up? So after we got all of the formalities out of the way, I began by asking him what his best advice was for a beginner such as myself.
Well, man, that's a loaded question because there are so many things that beginners need to understand when they're trading. It's like any industry you want to hop into.
Right.
There isn't just one answer. There's like a million things you need to understand. But if I were to keep it short and simple to the point for beginners, it would be do not complicate it. Find a strategy that's already consistently profitable and stick with it.
I then asked how he knew where these currency prices are about to go and what he kind of looks out for.
Divergence is a specific type of method where you look at price action and you look to see if there's a difference between price action and whatever indicator you're using.
Okay, so you don't use like fundamentals or anything like that? You don't look at politics, global events, none of that?
I personally don't, even though I do check ahead of time. So you also want to write this down, forexfactory.com.
What would you say? He also...
I like the way this guy talks. He actually seems like he's knowledgeable just based off of a very, very short call. I'm surprised I haven't actually done a video on him before, but maybe we'll look out for that because I would like to see how he's actually trading because this guy, you know, based on how Biaheza is just describing him, he seems like he might be quite knowledgeable actually.
He told me about the main platform Forex traders normally use.
Something called MetaTrader 4. So MetaTrader 4 is the platform that we use that brokers connect to,
as well as some other resources I could look into.
So, you know, I always tell people, don't buy a course, just go, for example, one of the most popular websites we'll go to learn for free is babypips.com.
This conversation was definitely helpful. Justin also followed up with some tips after the call and explained how the leverage works with Forex, which I definitely was not aware of. So big shout out to him for all of that. But the biggest piece of advice he gave me and the thing that he emphasized the most was to look into a strategy called Divergence Day Trading. That's the type of trading he said changed his life and was the reason he was able to become a full-time Forex trader.
So I will actually agree with this divergence as a beginner method because I think for a beginner, it's incredibly difficult for them to read price action, for them to read the psychology of how traders are working and react based off of their emotions. But if you're using an indicator like divergences in RSI, for example, and you guys should look this up, when you see the divergence, you can see that power is actually leaving a move. So most likely it's going to be moving in the other direction very soon. Now, naturally, with more experience, I can see this sort of thing without using an indicator. But for somebody who's new, I think the RSI divergence is an amazing place to start. So I'd actually 100% agree with Justin here.
So I'm definitely going to look further into that. But I also want to get you guys involved in this. So I'm going to put up a poll on my Instagram story to see what you have to say about Forex. If you have any advice, anything like that. And I'm also going to put up a simple yes or no poll asking if you guys think Forex is a scam, just to get the general perception of it. I'm really curious to see how the result of that poll comes out. So I'll be back in probably 24 hours with the final check-in before I actually start trading.
Most of it's a scam.
So it has been a very enlightening 24 hours, and I now come to you not as Biaheza, but as Biaheza _ Forex money bags, baby. Buy my Forex signals mentorship indicators program, because I did some research on Divergence Day Trading and I kind of understand it now. I think I can probably explain it in like 20 seconds, so let me just do that real quick. So when you're looking at this graph right here, for example, of the US dollar against the euro, you can add more little graphs down here called indicators or oscillators. I'm just gonna call them little graphs. Not sure what all the different indicators out there represent, but they usually follow the same exact path as the original price graph. However, when there's a discrepancy between the two, this is called a divergence, and depending on what kind of discrepancy it is, it supposedly can tell you where the price is gonna go next. So that's gonna be my strategy when we actually get into some live trading. But the last thing I wanna go over before we do that is I wanna talk about the Instagram poll I put up yesterday and what you guys had to say. So the simple yes or no, is Forex day trading a scam poll went up 22 hours ago. Out of the almost 10,000 people who viewed it,
Forex itself is not a scam.
And the result came out to a 43 to 57% split in favor of no. But the fact that this vote was so close is kind of interesting. It basically means that half of the people, at least the people who viewed my story, believe that it is a scam. So the general perception of this business is not too hot. But things get even more interesting when we look at the replies of the next story, where I actually asked for written opinions as well as general advice. As per usual, about 90% of the replies were people trolling, but there were a lot of people who actually took it seriously and provided some good opinions. And after looking through a lot of the replies, the general consensus I kind of got was that there are people making money with Forex and it can be a legit way to come up on a bag. However, the whole Forex space is...
Alright guys, so let me touch on this just really briefly. I would say if you are a beginner, make sure that you really vet anybody that you are actually listening to and watch tons of their stuff, really get into how they are as a trader, figure out your trading style, and then see if they're actually profitable by back testing their methods and seeing if it worked in the past, by kind of going through it and see if their actual methods would make you money in the long run if you look at a large sample size. That's how you're going to determine if a guru is profitable or not. And you know, feel free to watch some of my strategies and whatnot. Those are not my best strategies. They're kind of the things that I just give away. I don't want to give away how I'm actually trading currently, but I kind of do that slowly over time, and you will be able to figure it out by watching streams and whatnot. But what I'm basically saying is that a lot of it will scam you if you just fall for anything. So watch everything for free. You know, out of my personal channel, for example, you can learn everything for free. And that's why I actually tell people don't buy the stuff unless you just want kind of a faster track method to learning, because then it's just to be much quicker.
With scammy individuals who give it a bad rep. I think the reason behind that might be the fact that day trading is just an easy concept to sell. You can put a graph in front of anyone and say that if you buy low and sell high, you can make millions. I'm going to teach you how to tell when the price is going to go up or down, and that's about it. It's a very easy concept for people to understand and get behind. So I think that's why so many fraudulent individuals get in the space and try to sell useless information, and that kind of overshadows the legitimate people in the space who are actually making money with it. That's at least the kind of vibe I got from the people who replied to my story. But I'm also going to look further in some other things you guys recommended. For today though, it's Monday. I got my forex.com account approved, so I'm going to transfer some money into that, as well as download MetaTrader 4. So tomorrow I think we're going to be set to get into some real trading. I'm really hyped about this.
Sweet.
I don't know
Let's
if
see what he
we'll
does.
make any money, but I'm excited to try it out either way. I just hope both teams have fun.
I hope he actually makes a bit.
Having quite a late start to the trading today. I was hoping to start in the morning, but something came up, so I'm going to be getting into the trading right now at 2 p.m. So pretty late start here, but I want to go over a few things first.
Oh no,
I found out
no.
that you can't get MetaTrader 4 on a Mac computer. When it comes to Apple, they only have it for iPhone or iPad for some reason.
So first of all, when you're trading so late in the day, most of the volume of the day has been gone, so the actual trades are going to be very weak. And then you risk kind of bad setups, and you risk a higher spread, so you're actually going to be charged more for trading.
So I downloaded the app on my phone, but I think I'm going to execute the orders through my computer on the forex.com brokerage. That's the one I'm choosing for this video. I'm still going to look at the MetaTrader 4 charts on my phone though, just because this Forex website doesn't actually have all of the indicators I'm interested in. So shortly after saying this, I got right into analyzing these spiky boys. However, once I actually started looking at them, I couldn't find any divergences, so I said new plan and just resorted to using different patterns I'd find online, then looking at the RSI indicator to see if the currency was being overbought or oversold. Okay, so I think I might have something.
No. He did something very, very wrong here, where we know that divergences can make money, assuming you manage your trade properly. What he's done is he's gotten bored, and then he's gone to something that he doesn't know makes money. So that's the first error a lot of people are going to get. Just wait until you see it and be very, very patient. Forex is 99% waiting and 1% actually trading. I probably sit all day waiting for a trade, and then I'll trade for 15 seconds.
Something here, there's something called the Pennant chart pattern. I'll put up what that looks like on the screen, as well as what I'm looking at on my screen on the computer right here.
That shit doesn't work.
I don't know, this US dollar and
it's a
Canadian
trap
pair right here seems to be resembling this Pennant chart pattern. As you can see, we got the little flagpole here, and it's doing that little narrow thing right here, and we're seeing the beginning stages of an uptrend, I believe. So I'm gonna invest right now and see what happens. So I'm still not sure about how all of the pip stuff works, but over here it says that I'm trading with about 40% of my account, so that sounds good to me. I'm gonna place the trade, and the trade has been executed. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, here's our position right here. This is the level where it executed, and I think it'll be easier to tell if we go on the line graph. Okay.
See, if you notice, it executed a lot higher than the actual price was down here. That's because the spreads are incredibly wide right now. So because he's trading late in the day, so he's actually lost where he would have entered.
Hey, that's not good. This is where it's at right now, and this is where we bought it at. But I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna be emotional. I'm gonna stick to the strategy, and hopefully we get past this point right here so I can sell it and secure a profit. So after the first buy, I went ahead and did a bunch of scalp trading, which is basically where you buy and sell pretty quickly to secure a small profit each time. I was using the patterns I found on Instagram, and then was confirming whether it was a good time to buy or not according to the RSI graph down there, and things went pretty well. There were a couple of roller coasters there. We're in the green, baby. Are you seeing this? We're up by $2 right now. Hand it over. Hand over the yes sir.
Yes sir.
Give me the yes sir.
Yes,
Okay, it just keeps going up. We're up by $3 right now. In the red again. We're down by 30 cents. What's going on? Okay, so dip once again, but we're back in the green. But ended up walking away with all of the trades being profitable on the first day and earning about $6. I know it's not much, but I did learn a lot in terms of how the brokerage website that I was using worked, how to buy and sell, how to read the charts, how the leverage kind of works. So it was a really good experience, and we did come out of that day profitable. The next day rolled around. I took day 2 a little more seriously. I set up my old laptop to have the Forex charts on there, so that way I could work on my other laptop and just look over to check on how the trades were going whenever I needed to. But I continued doing the little scalp trades. I was still learning a whole lot at this point. I even tried executing a short position for the first time ever, so that was pretty exciting. And shorting basically means you toss an Uno reverse card on the graph and say that you believe that the graph will go down, and if you're right, you make money. If you're wrong, you lose money. So once again, I did very low risk trades for day 2 and ended up somehow coming out profitable on every single one of them. I couldn't figure out how to get a trade history report on here, so here's me refreshing the page at the end of
so just so you guys know, so the reason he's becoming profitable on every single trade is because he's taking profits very quickly with respect to where he's closing his trades in a negative. So it's very likely for him to get a small amount and make a profit, but he's not actually cutting his losses very quickly, so when it goes in the other direction. So this basically is going to make him lose a lot at some point, and then it's going to completely eat up all of those wins, and that's another first easy mistake.
Of day 2 to show the results, and that we made $10.43 total. Given that we started with $1,000, we were now up 1% in 2 days. So hey, if we were trading with 100k, that would be $1,000 that we would have earned in 2 days, so not too shabby. But with all of this experience and research under my belt, I decided to go all in on day 3 of trading, which would be the final day of this challenge. Day 1 was practice, day 2 was warm-up, day 3 it's game time, baby. The real though, today is gonna be the final day of trading we can have since I'm uploading this video tomorrow. So I thought that it would be kind of interesting to test something out, since for the last 2 days I've just kind of been moving slowly and steadily. I've been looking at patterns, I've been looking at the RSI indicator, just taking a whole lot of things into account. And in doing that, we have been consistently making a small profit, but I'm not really sure if it's just luck or if we're actually onto something here. So I figured it'd be a good idea to test that out today and start off the day by just going into a bunch of random trades to see what would happen. If we're still making money, then everything we've been kind of doing here is pure luck. But if not, maybe we're onto something here by looking at these patterns and taking into account these different indicators. So let's just go ahead and start off.
So something I just wanted to mention while he's kind of talking about these patterns and whatnot, while I thought of it before the end of the video, is if you guys think about this logically, he is brand new and he's just found something that's readily available to everybody. So if that actually worked, then wouldn't everybody be making money in the market? So you have to think like you're different than them. So you're going to learn all these basics and whatnot. You're going to jump into this, and you're going to try all of these things that you think is going to work. And then you're going to realize that it doesn't actually work for whatever reason in the long run. So what you're going to have to do as a beginner is really learn what moves the market, why are things doing different things, and really learn why the market is the market, right? And then from there you can deduct and you can deduce your own logic into creating possible strategies. After you come up with these possible strategies, different patterns and whatnot, then you can back test, you can look back and you can say, okay, did it actually make money in the long run? And then after that point, that's when you actually start trading with the strategy once you've proven something is making money. You have to come up with these things on your own, and you can't just listen to, you know, public knowledge, things that are readily available. And I try to teach a little bit of my own stuff here. And then hopefully you guys can come up on your own. So if you are interested, jump into the streams and whatnot. I teach as much as I can. If you have any questions, I answer absolutely everything that I can in those streams, and I will essentially teach you my strategies so you can come up with your own on your own. But I won't just make it easy for you, if that makes sense.
Going into some random trades today and see what happens.
Ballin' like Curry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely not my best idea. As soon as I started going off randomly, I started losing money, may I add, very quickly. At one point, I was down by like $50, but I kind of just stuck through it and ended up getting back out once I had my original $1,000 back. And from there, I continued doing what I did for the last 2 days, since the whole going in random technique did not go very well. And on this third day, I also finally spotted a discrepancy in the price in our Rsi graph.
There you go.
So we had a divergence on our hands. This one indicated that the market was about to fall, so I went in with a short position and did eventually come out of it with $2.40 profit.
Divergence works pretty well.
I did not play it too well. I got in at a bad time and got out kind of early, but still I got to try out the divergence strategy and it worked.
So I'll tell you, divergence does work. The harder part is managing your trade properly, and that's where he probably will go wrong, like he just said.
Get into how much we made total here. I want to go over a couple of things, and please take them with a grain of salt. Again, I've only been doing this for 1 week. But when it comes down to answering the question I asked in the beginning of this video of whether Forex is a scam or not, I really wouldn't say so. I think it gets a bad rep for the wrong reasons. And I understand why. From researching this topic, I mean, so many just completely obviously scamming individuals and videos would pop up that it was just ridiculous. Some of this stuff was so bad, it just felt like satire. It was something I would say in a video as a joke, but these people were obviously not joking based on all the affiliate links they put in their descriptions. All that aside though,
Alright guys, if you want to watch the very end of that video, go ahead and there's a link in the description. It's not much longer, a couple minutes. I'll just add a couple quick thoughts here. I think he's completely right. There's a lot of fake stuff like that, and even my channel, there's a lot of, you know, kind of clickbaity things, because I do want to grow the channel and I want to kind of get as many people as I can into the channel. But really look at the character of the people that are teaching you things and see if they actually have some sort of, they're actually going to the length to make sure that you're understanding, and they're explaining things as best they can, rather than just giving you a humdrum workaround, and they don't really go into huge detail of why things are happening. That is my big criteria of what makes a guru actually beneficial or not. And then you can kind of decipher for yourself after testing, because you really have to test everything on your own before you jump into it yourself, because then you're just going to lose a ton of money. So that's my advice for everyone there. If you guys want to subscribe, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can watch my streams. I stream every Monday to Friday so that you can learn as much as you can, ask me questions, and you can follow me on Instagram with the link in the description.
Listen.